Welcome back to MTFC TV. During this time is Matlock Town manager Paul Phillips. Paul, 3 points in the bag, but not without its questionable moments. First of all, how do you feel the lads performed?
I thought it was a lot better. I thought the application was a lot better. Desire, intensity, work rate, everything that we prime ourselves on. We did it in the first 45. I thought we went in 2-0 up. Thought we deserved to go in. Listen, they're a very good team. They'll be there and thereabouts. They have been playoff-wise, top of the league. Good lads, good players, good manager, and I think it was a test tonight that we came through with flying colours. I think before the player got sent off, realistically, did not put a fist on us. And I feel when obviously we went down to the 10 men, obviously we defended really well, but again, Sean's not been overworked in the time where we've been down to 10 men, and it's just a pity that it's took the Saturday games to get a reaction like that, but we now need to kick on as we did last year.
I know Saturday, I think it hits home hard not only with the supporters but the players. I think there was a lot of expectation going into that game. The performances weren't up to the pillar that day, so to come here, first 17 minutes in, you're 2-0 up, you must be pleased that you did manage to get that reaction, that you did get really response.
Of course, but they know my disappointment from Saturday, that's gone. We need to build on what we've done tonight. Obviously, I'm gutted for the back lads that we didn't get a clean sheet, but they threw the kitchen sink at us. Obviously, one's dropped in the box there, but then we defended really well. Sharmo's come in tonight, made his debut. For the first game, he's only played 70 minutes in pre-season. Again, I thought he'd done really well. Qualt, Sam, you know what you're getting. That's what they're about tonight. Leesy's done his stuff, but wing backs as well. I think they were outstanding, and Jez and Ross up front. Again, it's Jez has caused the goals. Ross has put them away, and they worked to a plan tonight. So without Uzi, so we haven't got that threat. But the two lads up top really worked the socks off tonight, and I think they got just reward.
Very much so. Jez's industry for the first goal in particular to win the ball back. It must be nice that you can put your faith in players, even though they're young, to come on and do the job and not be frightened to take a player off.
Of course, and that's what we want. I think Jez come on caused problems without really being that positive. I wanted him to get on the front foot. He did get on the front foot, and I think he caused them a lot of problems. But listen, Ross has scored 2 goals again tonight. He's worked his socks off pre-season, and he's got married, so it shows you how much he's had on his plate. But I'm just gutted tonight that he's been sent off harshly, in my opinion. And we're going to lose him again unless we can appeal for 2 or 3 games, which for me, if I think is a bit harsh, to be honest. But I'm always going to say that, aren't I?
Of course, the club will look at that footage and a final decision will be made in the coming days. What was your initial reaction when you saw it? Was there anything that you saw, which is always difficult because you're at dugout level, that you thought would have caused that red card, or were you a bit mixed?
I thought, to be fair, I thought it's a long way away for me. But I've just looked back on the video. I think he catches him with his hand, but he never at any point, the lad stuck in his head, and not at one point does Ross have a look where the lad is to do that. He just sort of feel him like centre-halves or centre-forwards do every day of the week. He's caught him a little bit, but I don't think the lad's reaction as if he's been hit by a brick really helps. But I think it's down to the ref then to know your players and know realistically Ross is not that kind of player, and unfortunately he's not used his common sense, in my opinion, again. He's come straight over and not consulted his linesman and sent him off.
Looking back to the other week now, I know me and you discussed a lot when you were bringing in players. One position in particular you were looking to strengthen at the time that didn't work out was a forward. Now with Ross possibly serving a suspension, which I believe will kick in next week, and then which Liam Hughes hopefully should be back for, do you feel you've had your hand forced to dip back into the market again, or do you feel you have enough to cope with that miss?
We get Uzi back, don't you? But Ross has scored a lot of goals. I think he's looked sharp. He looks like his old self. I'd hate to think how good he was at 25, 26. He must have been unbelievable. But it's hard. Listen, we're still trying. We know we need to strengthen that 9, but again, not leaving Cade out. He's come on after Jez has led the line and took us home, winning free kicks, using his experience. So let's not forget about Cade. I think he's done well, but we know we need to address this. When we miss Uzi, that we need a 9 that's going to carry the can for us. But getting Uzi back is going to be a massive plus.
It's not easy, as you say as well. I know you've tried numerous times.
Listen, James. I've been out all last week. We've been to matches. Me, Wildy, Ryan, been to matches, and we've identified players. But then when you look at them all in all, are they better than what you've got here? sometimes you're just bringing people in for willy-nilly, and we don't want that. Obviously just brought Ollie in, and he's more of a 10 to give us a little bit of creativity. He would have probably got minutes tonight if all the decisions weren't gone the wrong way, but we know that we want to address that number 9 position. There was 2 lads left out of the squad tonight, and that shows you competition for places. Kingy was one, Asani was the other. I just wanted, Kingy knows he's only back at the club a week, he's still got to work on his fitness, but he took it as I know Kingy would have, true professional. Hassan is a young lad come from a pro club. The game passed him a little bit by on Saturday. I just wanted him to have a watch today against a very physical team, and then he'll probably come back into the reckoning come Saturday against a team that's going to play a bit more free-flowing football.
To finish off with, I believe there's 518 fans here tonight. For me, if you're a neutral or a fan of either side, you definitely got your money's worth. 2 teams going hell for leather to get the win. Matlock coming up trumps. What would you say to supporters who are maybe thinking of making the trip down here Saturday?
I hope we can. Listen, we always get a decent following here. I think the crowds were up last year. Probably again disappointment on Saturday, but to get that amount through the gate on a Tuesday night, it's not been the greatest of days, but to get that many through, I think we've given enough for the money to come back on Saturday, and I hope we can now kick on. It was always going to be a game where there's going to be a bit of jitters about it because obviously the results Saturday, but I think we've shown exactly what we can do, and I think there's a lot more to come.
Congratulations on your victory, Philo, and all the best for Saturday.
Thank you.